we've already been talking about this, and hopefully by 2025, 2026, we have less of a death grip on the mental mind. We have opened up to maybe something beyond this world. We maybe meditate. Maybe we start to question the sort of harder edges and angles of our life. We pay attention to our dreams. We pay attention to those intuitive nudges, and maybe we search for peace. And again, I know that's a big word. Part of my work is that I hear a lot of stories, and I've heard some pretty horrific things that you all have been through. And I think that when we get to Pisces, whether it's Saturn in Pisces, whether it's a major Pisces transit, or even it's called a major 12th house transit, how do we become okay with something that on paper we should never be okay with? And I think sometimes we want to run into a major transit with that sense of like revenge, or like I'm going to get back, or I'm going to be the justice, and you can't do that energy with Pisces. And it's really, that's the pushback that we're going to feel over the next few years, is to really learn to let go. And I was even having this conversation with a client this week. It's like, we have to realize that the reason we've had a hard time letting go of something is because a part of us has, one, not been ready to let go of it, even though the mental mind is like, yeah, I want to let this go. Number two, there's a part of us that is identified with that suffering. If we let it go, then who are we? Who are we if we don't have this story of suffering anymore? And the other reason is that if we let this go, it means that on some level, this is what the mental mind is telling us, that it means it was okay. It was okay that you were exonerating what was done to you by somebody else, or people plural. And I think that's one of the hardest things with Pisces. And I think on some level, we're going to have to navigate this with Saturn and Pisces, is how do we become okay on a soul level, or an emotional level, on a spiritual level, with the things that on a human level we should never be okay with. And I realize that is a big ask from Saturn and Pisces.